Hey Iowa, it's Congressman Nunn, and it was great to hear from so many of you as we traveled across Iowa, listening to farmers, talking to business owners, and speaking to folks who wanted to have real solutions delivered in Washington, D.C. And that's exactly what we got after this week. So let's jump into this week's Week in Review. Iowa, in case you missed it, we had a great roundtable with farmers from across the state, right in Madison County, where we heard about real needs for farmers, including the ability to sell and address non-tariff trade barriers. So we jumped right into it. Here we've been able to pass $60 billion to help farmers, making sure they have crop security going forward. We invested another $8 billion into livestock security, from everything from viruses to biosecurity impacts. And we made sure that 2 million family farms get to stay with families on their farm by eliminating the death tax. We also tackled some of the really tough issues of trade barriers and made sure that Europe was opening itself up, as well as Japan, to over $100 billion in new trade. Together, Iowa's farmers are highlighting that they can not only feed and fuel the world, we want export markets where we can be successful. Over the last 4 years, we saw that fall to a $50 billion trade deficit. I'm committed, along with President Trump, to making sure we have success for farmers in the future. Challengingly, this year 20,000 Iowans will hear the words, "You have cancer." Cancer continues to be one of the leading causes of death in Iowa, but we can fix that. I'm proud to lead bipartisan legislation that just invested $51 billion in cancer research funding through the National Institute of Health. Together with our friends at the American Cancer Society, Iowans came to Washington and helped me lobby to make sure that this legislation continues to move forward. Look, this isn't a red or a blue issue. This is a life and death issue, and it's impacting too many of our family and friends. I'm confident that together we can not only find preventative research, but we can help fight back and save lives in the cancer battle. I appreciate everybody who lended a hand and came out to make sure that we hold Washington accountable to make sure that cancer in Iowa rates continue to fall. Not every career starts with a 4-year degree. In fact, our apprenticeship programs and trade schools are some of the best ways to a long-term, high-paying career path. That's why we've invested in the Partners Act. Right now, there are too many jobs that go unfilled even in Iowa because we don't have enough workers for the jobs they need. What the Partners Act aims to do in a bipartisan way is bring together some of our best trade school and apprenticeship programs with employers who are ready to receive. By working with job needs already in our state, we're helping create a workforce that's not only sustainable, but has a long-term successful pathway for the individuals who jump into this exciting career field. We're fully committed to making sure that trade schools and our artisan programs can be successful now and long into the future. Iowa, another important week in Washington, delivering results for you. Thank you to all the Iowans who came out to join me, from our cattlemen and turkey producers to the American Cancer Society and our equipment manufacturers, and so many more. In fact, we were able to take a late-night tour of the Capitol where we got to actually see the halls of Congress and the secret vault for President Washington underneath. That said, we're going to be back in district this week. I look forward to seeing so many of you as we travel across the 21 counties of the 3rd District and hear directly from you. We'll see you soon, Iowa.